This
one Zoom link,
conference
different,
will
which is
now be
different platform.
recorded.
Acha, okay,
Yeah, just now also I
okay.
have joined in different platform, and but the people seen which are different, and the trainer also is, I think, Srikanth Yadala. They were giving demos from starting onwards. I don't know why these are coming again and again for me like this.
I'm
So we
I'm
are
sorry.
confusing on that.
I'm sorry. What you got, Srikanth?
There is another link. Srikanth Yadala in Zoom call there is going.
Okay,
So Siri has sent that link for me.
okay, okay, okay. Today, yesterday or today?
Today only. Today morning 9 o'clock. I got around 8:30 like that. So I have joined on
Got
different
it.
link. So yeah,
Oh, okay, got it, got it. Okay, okay. She might be confused. No problem.
yeah.
Ours is only go to meeting.
Okay.
Got it. No problem. So this weekend we have Linux session. This Saturday, only one Saturday. The same schedule, no change. Okay, I'm sorry. This ignore this one. Only Saturday, right? No Sunday. So what is Saturday? This Saturday is coming. What date it is? It's 24th. Okay, not 24th. Yeah, 24th. Correct. Okay, please note it down. This is
This conference will now be recorded.
timings are same. Same morning 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So half an hour break. Please attend. In this session, we will be even starting shell scripting. So attend that. Let's start the session now. So in the previous session, what we did, we worked on S3 buckets, right? Okay. So in previous session, we worked on S3 buckets. We have created S3 buckets. But yesterday, one topic is left, that is how to delete a bucket. How to delete a bucket. So we are now this is a bucket name. In this bucket, we have one file, for example. Okay. This file having some versions also. If I click on show versions, so one version is coming up here. You have two versions now, right? Two versions. Now when I want to delete the bucket, you can't delete a bucket if it contains some data. So suppose you selected this bucket and you clicked on delete button, for example, right? You clicked on delete button, it's saying that this bucket is not empty. So we have two options: either you to empty the bucket, or you manually you delete the files inside the bucket. So normally we use empty bucket, but what happens if I individually delete the files? What will happen? Let's try that once, and then we use empty bucket. Okay, go to buckets again, get inside the bucket. If I delete it, I am deleting this now. Okay, click on delete button over here. Okay, here type delete option. Just saying delete it. Okay, just type delete and click on delete objects. Now just close this. So now the file is deleted now. Now go to our buckets again. This time again you select it and click on delete. It's saying the bucket is not empty, but we already deleted, right? What happened now? It's okay. So it is deleted now, right? What happened previously? Yeah, not deleted. Okay. Again, let me delete it. Go to buckets again. Let me select this one. Delete it. It's saying bucket is not empty. So let's get inside the bucket and see what it contains. So I clicked here. It's saying no objects. It's saying no objects inside it. But why it is not deleting? Can anybody tell? Can anybody guess why it's not able to delete? So because we have version, still version is remained here. When you click on show versions, you see the version is still available here. The version has not been deleted. If you toggle this, it's not showing, but when you untoggle it, you see the file versions are shown here. That means the versions will not be deleted. So that is the reason whenever you deleting whenever you want to delete a bucket, you simply select the bucket and click on empty. Empty will delete all the versions as well. Okay, just select the bucket name. Sorry, it's saying the permanent delete, right? Select the permanent delete, paste here, and click on empty. Now your bucket is clear. Now let's go to, on the left side, click on the three bars, click on buckets, refresh here. Okay, why it is still showing? No object found in bucket. It is fine, but it is not there, but it's not reflecting. It is deleted, but it is not reflecting it. It does not exist actually. It is cleared actually. Okay, what we did just now, we emptied the bucket. We have not deleted it actually. What we did, we emptied. We clicked on empty, and then we emptied it. So after emptying it, one more step is remained. That is, go to buckets. Now select. Now previously we have not clicked on delete button. We have clicked on the empty button. I have confused. We have not clicked on the delete button. We emptied it. Right now, next step is what? When we emptied, all the versions which are existing in the bucket are gone now or are deleted now. Next step is what? We have to delete the bucket now. Now this time it will delete properly. Now what is saying? Confirm to delete it. Enter the bucket name here. Click on delete bucket now. This time it is done. So two steps actually. One step is, first of all, select the bucket and empty it. And second step is, select the bucket again, click on delete button. This way we can delete a bucket which having some content. If the content having inside the bucket, if the content having no versions, then no, individually if you delete the folders and files, no problem, then they will be cleaned, and then no need to click on empty, directly you can delete the bucket. But if the files contains versioning, then you have to select first, empty them, so that all the versioning files also be removed, and after that select the bucket again and click on the delete option. This way we can clean it. And today let's try to understand what is elastic file system. Okay, this we let's try to understand. Normally, in real time, when we have no cloud, what still at the time we used to have shared folders. Used to have shared folders in real time. We used to have shared folders. So the shared folders, in that normally the administrators used to uh, download the softwares, or they used to what do you call, copy the design documents in that shared folder. And that shared folder uh, link is given to the team members, so that the team members can be developers, DB teams, or anybody. They can connect to that shared folder. Once they connect to the shared folder, then they able to view the content in the inside a shared folder, and they used to copy the softwares inside it. If they want to install them, they used to copy them, or they want to add some documents into the shared folder, they used to add them. But nowadays most of the companies using SharePoint. For the same task they using SharePoint. SharePoint is a Microsoft tool. Using the SharePoint, they can share the documents, normal documents, not per the software but documents. So for that they used to use the SharePoints. But when you want softwares and such stuff, then you can go for shared folders. The same concept applies here with elastic file system as well. But when you traditionally you see, just now explaining about shared folders, right? For the shared folder to exist, at the time the administrator should create a server, and then in that server they have to create the shared folder. That means the shared folder will not independently available without the server. So to have a shared folder we must have a server. Shared folders must have shared folder must have a server, whereas elastic file system does not, it does not depend on server. It is server independent. But to use elastic file system, it doesn't require any server. That is the advantage of using elastic file system. So for purpose is same. Elastic file system is purpose is same. Okay. So for example, we have some what you call some 1000 machines or 100 machines. We have 100 EC2 instances, for example. We have some 100 machines, for example. We have multiple machines now, for example. These are all EC2 machines. These are all EC2 machines. They're all EC2 machines. Okay. Now we have one file system, one elastic file system. So this file system normally, whenever a server wants, suppose this server, this EC2 server want to connect to this file system, then this file system has to be attached to this attached to this server. That is called, instead of attach we say mount. This is elastic file system has to be mounted on that EC2 machine. Mounted means nothing but it will be attached to that machine, and whatever you create here, whatever folder you create and whatever content you create, actually happening not on the server, but it is happening on the elastic file system. Whenever you mount it to this particular server, then whatever you do inside the server, actually it's happening on this elastic file system. It's not happening on the server, it's happening on the file system. That means suppose you connected our elastic file system to this EC2 instance, for example. Now this EC2 instance has to run a command, mount command. In Linux we have a command called mount command. When you run the mount command, and in the while mount, when you run the mount command, you have to give a attribute, a parameter you have to provide to which system you want to attach to this EC2 instance. That information you have to provide. How to provide, we can get that information, we'll see in a moment. But try to understand, whenever this instance want to use elastic file system, then this file system has to be mounted on this server. So after that, whatever this EC2 whatever you folders you create, and inside that whatever softwares you create, whatever files you create, all will be you creating on the server, but actually those are all created on the elastic file system. Now suppose the person is another EC2 instance, for example, this is EC2 instance 1 and another EC2 instance, this time this EC2 second instance, for example. Okay, this now next time what it do, it connects to later on, this second one connects to this file system. That is, when you mount your elastic file system to onto this machine, then this will be attached to this machine. Then previously whatever this server created, those files and folders, this server can see it. This server can see it. Same happens with 1000 machines. If you have 1000 machines, same thing happen. Whoever mounted to that machine, everybody can see the content of that. It is a, you can think it as a centralized location. You can think it as a centralized location. So this is some 1000 number, is to 1000 number, for example. Like, assume we have 1000 machines like that. So every one can connect to this elastic file system. The only condition is they have to run a mount command whenever they want to connect to this file system. So that suppose EC1, EC2 created some files and the 1000th machine want to use those files, then no, it has to run the command, mount command. Once mount is run, then this file system will attach to this server. Then whatever these two servers created on this file system, those files, this server also can view it. It can use it. Those files it can use it. Or if suppose this file system, sorry, this server deleted those files which are available in the file system after mounting, then no, the files will be deleted because of this EC2 on the server, EC2 1000 server. If you delete the files on the file system, then all files will be deleted from here. That means next time onwards, if anybody again connects to this elastic file system, they will connect to it elastic file system. Those files cannot be visible because one of the server connected to it and deleted them. That means every action whatever we do, it reflects on the elastic file system. So if your team, if developer team is there, for example, they are working for a project, for the assume in from different locations. Okay, it's recording, right? Okay, they are working from different locations, for example, they're working from different locations. So at that time, some are in Germany, some are in one moment please. Hi Triveni, good morning.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
Triveni, మనకి క్లాస్ 10 o'clock కదమ్మా. మిస్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ వచ్చిందా ఏమన్నా?
ఓకే సార్.
మీరు కంటిన్యూ అవ్వండి త్రివేణి, క్లాస్ కంటిన్యూ అవ్వండి. 10 o'clock క్లాస్ మనకి యాక్చువల్గా. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
ఓకేనా? ఓకే ఓకే, రైట్ రైట్. So elastic file system, what I was saying, okay, so your team is in Germany and another team is in Australia and another team is in India and another in US, all are working on the same project, for example, then they all can connect to this elastic file system. They all can connect to this elastic file system, one single elastic file system. They can share their files individually. Right? So this elastic file system automatically grows and shrinks as per the data it contains. If you added huge data, some 10 terabytes of data, automatically it will increase grows. And if you remove some out of 10 terabytes, if you deleted 5 terabytes, then automatically it will shrinks. So no need to do anything manually from our side. It will take care everything manually. Okay, so the thing is that now when how to connect and those stuff you will try to understand, but hopefully you have understood what I'm trying to say here. So previously we used to have shared folders concept. Previously we used to have shared folders concept. When there is, now also we are using this concept. Even cloud is there, but still we are using in most of the companies this. Whenever you want to create a shared folder, then this must have a server, whereas EFS for using a elastic file system, this is also same concept. It also used for sharing the files and folders. Okay, same purpose, but it does not depend on server is not required for it. That is the only major difference. And moreover, shared folders will not increase or decrease automatically, whereas elastic file system, as per the data you adding to it or removing from it, it will automatically grows, scales up and scales down. That is the advantage we get using elastic file system. Okay, right. So how to do this, we will see now. First of all, before doing that, you should understand few things here. First of all, elastic file system, like as you know, when you want to connect to whenever you want to connect to a Linux machine, we use protocol SSH, right? Similarly, we use SSH protocol to connect to a Linux machine, right? And for Windows we use RDP. And elastic file system uses what? NFS, network file system. Okay, EFS uses network file system. Okay, that is fine. That protocol we have to use to we have to add it. And next question comes. So as you know, whenever you create a security group, in the security group we have an option called source. If you remember, go to EC2. Now suppose when you want to create a security group, I want to create a security group. Click on the security group on the left side. Click on create security group. Okay, just go up. This is inbound rules, right? As of now, no rules are there. Just go up. You have security group name, description, VPC. What is virtual private cloud? We will discuss in coming sessions. But as of now, it's a default VPC. Okay, we don't have any other VPC. We have default VPC. We can create our own VPC. How to create our own VPC and how can we select it from the drop down? We'll see later. But as of now, we are using default VPC. Here, security group name. You can suppose I'm going to create a security group for this elastic file system. Remember, every service will have a security group. So elastic file system also will have a security group, and every instance also will have a security group. As you know, we already created many times. So every instance also having security group. Elastic file system also will have a security group. So elastic file system, in the security group of elastic file system, we have to inform who can connect to this elastic file system, which server can connect to this elastic file system. EC2 this one or all of them. If all of them, there are 1000 servers, then all thousands has to be allowed to be connect to elastic file system. Then how can we allow such situation? How can we create in using security group for elastic file system? That we try to understand. Now first of all, let's create elastic file system security group. I will say elastic file system, okay, security group. I will say elastic file system security group, and description copy paste, no problem. Come down. Now no rules are there here, fresh, it's a new one, so click on add rule. As I told you, then the protocol is for using elastic file system is NFS. Come down, select NFS, network file system, and source, who can connect to this elastic file system. These people, all of them has to connect, right? All of them has to be connected, right? First of all, we don't have EC2 instances created. Then how can I mention these servers can be has to be allowed to connect to this? If I have EC2 instance, if then I can tell to the elastic file system in the security group, this EC2 instance allowed should be allowed to connect to elastic file system. But this EC2 is not there, we have not created it. Then how can I mention here in the source? For that reason, what we do, we will create not we will not create a security group for elastic file system. We will create a security group for EC2 instance first. But you know why to create separately? While creating the instance itself, we can create a security group, right? That way we create now. After creating a security group for this machine, then we come back to create security group for elastic file system. When we come back to when in while creating a security group for elastic file system, at that time we will allow the security this is to instance to connect to this elastic file system. Okay, let's try to do this practically. Now I don't want to create now because I don't have servers ready. I don't want to create now. So then click on EC2 here on the top left side, click on instances. Let's create some servers first. Okay, launch instance. Okay, but default Amazon Linux is there. Take that one, come down and keep here. So SSH, of course, no change here. There's no change. Come down. I want two servers now. I want two servers. But thing is that the security name I want to give a proper name. As of now, it is creating launch wizard one. This name I don't want. I want to give a new name. Okay. So then you click on edit button. Here, group name is launch wizard, right? What I will do? Elastic file system, right? EC2, okay, group, okay, okay, some for elastic file system, that some meaningful name I will give elastic file system after SG I will say. Or if you don't want to give hyphens, no problem, you can give hyphens, are not required, so it's not mandatory. So EC2 group for EFS something name. Okay, this is a group of instance. Okay, how many in this group, how many servers contain? As of now we have only two, but in real time they can have 200 also. So for all these 200, the same security group will be applied. For all those 200, the same security group will be applied. That you should understand. But when you're creating individually, when you're creating for only one now, for example, this security group will be created. When you want second one, then no, then you have to select existing security group. You have to select that one, and then after that, what you have to do? You have to select this security group, right? But instead of doing that, if you want same, if you want to use security group, same security group, then better you mention all together. I want two now, so these two instances will be created now. These two instances also will have the same security group. Will have the same security group. Okay. Now what I will do? Nothing. I have not done any special thing here. This we did already multiple times. Till now nothing is new to you, everything is already we did. And let me change this name to this. I want to change it to name, so I want to give some name, server 1. Okay, and for this server 2. Okay, Now both are ready. Now what I will do, let's connect each of them. Okay, but before connecting to each of them, what is security group having here? Click on the security tab, come down, EC2 group for SG. This is a security group, right? Now we got a security group. Now as per the diagram, now elastic file system, I will create a security group for elastic file system. In this elastic file system, I will allow these two machines, only two machines. In the example I mentioned 1000, but here for our practicals I will create two machines, and these two machines having one security group, common security group, right? That I will use in this elastic file system security group. How I will use, you will see. Now go to our security group, come here and click on security groups. Here click on create security group, elastic file system security group. In this add rule, and it requires NFS file system, network file system, and source. Source, you see, normally for EC2 we selected anywhere, but here we select custom and click on the right side. Here you click it and come down, scroll down, you will see EC2 group for EFS security group is there. Okay, this one you select, this one you select. Okay, now why that one? If you select that one, what happens is, if you select this one, what happens is, in this group there are two servers having the same security group, right? Now those two servers are now can connect to our elastic file system. That is the meaning of that. You just mention the security group, that's all. Whoever having, whichever server having, whichever EC2 instance having this security group, they can communicate with our elastic file system. That means in this picture, if all the 1000 machines having the same security group, then what you have to do, you just mention in the what are we creating now? We are creating a security group for the elastic file system, right? In that you just mention the source is from this security group. This security group may be having, for as of now we are having only two machines we are having the same security group, but in real time it can have the same security group, can be having for more than 200-300 servers also. So all are allowed to connect to this elastic file system. Now just simply click on create security group. Okay, and then what we have to do is, we have security group for this one as well. Now EC2 instance ready, security group is ready, but elastic file system is not ready. How to create elastic file system? Simply go to search box and type EFS and click on EFS, manage file storage for EC2. Okay, this is one type of storage, right? Click on elastic file system. Now you see, create an elastic file system. Okay, this scalable elastic cloud native NFS file system. Okay, now click on create file system. Now you can give option any name. Okay, so I will say some project 12 elastic file system, some name I want to give, and click on create button. Close this box, click on the cross. Now you see file system is created. Now click on this button. You see the files, this is a project 12 elastic file system, and this we have a id. What is id? Is same like every instance have a id, every security group have a id, every volume have a id, right? Similarly our elastic file system also, like it having instance id, it having file system volume id. Okay, that's all, no change. Click on our file system name, close this button. This is the dashboard for the file system, and this is our file system. This is the file system id. The new file system is created now. Okay, the new file system is created now. And one important thing you should understand, this EC2 instances may be running on multiple availability zones, right? It can be running on multiple availability zones. It can be on zone A, zone B, or zone C. So elastic file system also should available on all zones. Only then it can serve them what files folders they require. It can they can mount to that elastic file system, and file system can allow them to share the files and folders. But if file system is allowed to bounded to only one availability zone, then only servers which are running on that zone, only those can access the file system. What about zone B, zone C? They cannot connect. That is the reason most of the time elastic file system is spread on all the zones. So just come down, okay, click on network, click on network, again close this cross button, just come down. So where it is, what it's saying, it's available on zone 1A, 1B, 1C. Because we are in Mumbai region having 3 zones. If it is North Virginia, then here it should have shown 6 zones. 6 zones it should have shown. Okay, that is the idea. And next thing is what? You see security groups here. It's by default it's showing default. But this is not the security group which we created. It taken by default this security group. But I don't want this one. We have created a separate one, right? We created a separate one. So if you check here, our security group is different. This is the one. What is that? Is EFS SG. In this only we have allowed this group to connect to this elastic file system. That is the reason we have to select elastic file system. This one. Okay, because if you go this one inside this, you see we have a rule created here. We have one rule created here. Okay, edit inbound. What is this rule contains? We allowed the 2 instances to be connected. To get that affected, we have to select EFS SG security group only, not the default one. So go to our file system, click on manage button. Click on manage button. Using this, when you click on this, we can remove them and we can add the elastic file system which we have created. How to do that? Click on manage button. Again close this left side button. Now come down, here is showing default, right? Click on it, close button, all the cross button you close it, and select drop down, and just look, here is the security group EFS SG. Okay, select this one, and again select this one. For all of the zones, select the same security group. Now the elastic file system, the security group is applied for all the zones, all 3 zones it is applied now. Okay, now save it. Now as per this, we are seeing our file system, our security group assigned to each of the file system. Now next comes, okay, we have servers but not running. Elastic file system is ready now. Servers are not ready now. So let's run these 2 servers now. Okay, then we'll try to mount the elastic file system on each machine, on each server. Let's see how we can do it. So go to instance, first server, okay, connect and copy this link, and here, okay, I'm sorry. So go to downloads and right click here, show more options, click on open git bash here. Okay, right click and paste here. Right now, here's the screen. Now I want to become a root user because I want to do some activities. How to become a root user? Simply as in your class, in our session we discussed, right? Sudo hyphen I. When you say hyphen I, we are becoming a root user now. Now we are a root user now, right? Next, I want to change. This is a public IP. This is a private IP. Okay, if you go to, again, suppose I want to change this name, I want to change this name to server 1. How can we do that? Use a command called host name and server 1, host name server 1. Okay, and then enter. Still it is not coming, but to get it, we have to run a we run the bash script. This actually inside, it went into the inside the bash script. So what you have to do, we have to execute the bash script, exec bash. When you say, now you get the name server 1 here. Okay, it is not mandatory to work with elastic file system. This is not required, understand. This just for convenience, I've created name, change the name. Okay, server name, right? But in real time, we normally use, we change the names in real time, just to understand, because we will have multiple servers, right? Multiple EC2 instance we create, and each having each IP address. Just seeing the IP address, we cannot differentiate which, on which server we are working on. So the name helps us. Okay, the names helps us. Okay, next thing is, we want to create another server. We want to create another server. Go to click on the instances here. This time second server. Oh, I used GUI. Quit. Same sudo -i. I'm root user now. Let's change the name. Host name. Which name I want to give? Server2. Exact bash. This way server2 is changed now. Clear the screen. So this is server2 and this is server1. Okay, both are there. Now thing is what? Now there are two servers. These two servers has to be mounted. This to be has to be mounted to this machine. So how to mount? How can we attach our server to this file system? Very simple. Go to our Elastic File System dashboard. Okay, here we work till now. Here we are. Just go up. Here we have a button called attach button is there. Attach. Click on the attach button. Come down. We have see mount your Amazon Elastic File System on a Linux instance. Okay, we have mount via DNS. We have mount via IP. So here, if you see, I want to take this command. If you see this command, this one command which you are seeing here will be attached to a folder on the local machine on the instance. So that means suppose this is server 1 is one instance, this server 2 is one another instance. So before you run this command, this command will attach the file system to this folder. This folder should be existing. This folder should be existing before you run the command. Why? Because the file system is going to be attached to this folder, and whatever you do inside this folder, all actually happening inside the file system actually. So when you attach, so then whatever you create inside this EFS folder, all will be actually happening on your Elastic file system. And later on, if you attach to EC2 and whatever, suppose EC1 connected to our file system and it created some files and folders inside the EFS folder, and next time EC2 also has to create, it has to run this command, the same command it has to run, the same command it has to be run on every server. If there are 1,000 machines, on 1,000 machines also you have to run the same command. You must run this command, only then you are able to connect to the file system. But how are you connecting? To connect it, first of all, it's saying, the command is saying that create a folder EFS, and to this EFS folder, the file system will be attached, mounted to this folder. So now onwards, whatever you do inside this EFS folder, those all activities are actually will be happening on the file system here. That means if you delete EC2 instance after adding some files and folders, if you delete this instance, no problem, the data is still available on the file system. And tomorrow if EC2 connect to this machine, then EC2 will able to see the content whatever it has EC2 previous machine has created. So it is not dependent, the file system is not dependent on the servers are dependent on file system. So whatever they do activities inside the EFS folder, all are actually created inside the Elastic file system. Let's see that now. What I will do, let's copy this file command, and before that we have to create a folder. Make directory, what is the file directory name? EFS. Less EFS is there here. Now again go to another machine. Here also make dir EFS. ls both are there. If you go to EFS, you see here cd EFS, enter, and ls, you see no files are, no nothing is there. It's a new folder, brand new folder. This is also same, we are on server 1. cd EFS ls, nothing is there. Okay, come out of it, cd space dot dot, clear the screen. ls, we have EFS. Now next what we do, now I want to connect it. Simply copy this command and paste here. Okay, and press enter. So you see now it is mounted now. It is mounted now. If you see, we have a command called df-ts th. If you run this command, not it, yeah, you see here this is a file system. Okay, it's of type nfs4. 4 is the version number. Now it is mounted to EFS folder. It is mounted to EFS folder now. That means whatever you do inside the EFS folder here, actually it's happening inside this file system. Let's try that. And again, the same command I have to run on our other machine as well. Here also I want to run. First of all, come out of cd EFS. Here I want to run the command, paste. Okay. Okay, everything is fine. Here also you can run df disk fragment. You can see the command, and if you type th, here also it is mounted to our EFS folder. Okay, right. Both are in sync. This is server 2. You see this server 2. Okay. Now what I will do, let's get into EFS folder here. EFS folder. Okay. We are in server 2 ls. When I say ls, nothing is displayed. No files are there in server 2 inside the EFS folder. Okay. Let's create some files on server 1. Okay. Let's get into EFS folder. Okay. Here in the ls, no files are there. I want to create some files now. How to create some files? Multiple files. We learned in our Linux, right? We have touch command. Simply say touch and say file 1, file 2, and file 3. Okay, 3 files I am creating now. Touching, no content inside it. Touch it. Now type ls. 3 files are there. Now as per theory, what we understood till now, when I connect to EC2, when I check in EC2, the content of whatever contents elastic file system, that will be displayed on EC2 as well. So let's go to our server 2. Now previously when I said ls, nothing has come. Now when I say ls, you see I got three files, file 1, file 2, file 3. Previously it doesn't show anything. We have not created here. We created before on server 1. We created on server 1. But it now server 2 also able to view the content. Because as I said, elastic file system taken care. So it having the content actually created on the elastic file system, not on your instance. Now suppose server 2 also creates some files. For example, touch. Okay, A1, A2, A3, 3 files it has created on server 2. See, it is server 2. Now create 3 files. Now type ls. You are seeing A1, A2, A3, and some files are created now. Now go to our server 1 again this time and type ls. I should get all 6 files. See, A1, A2, A3, all 6 files are coming here. Any questions till now? If you have any questions till now, let me know. You again try to listen this and practice. If you facing some issues, tomorrow we will work on it again. No worries. Okay, right. I hope you are understanding. So let's see another use case. Let's see another use case. As you know, whenever you install, whenever you deploy a server, web application, web application, what we need? Web server. Which web server we use in Linux? Apache, right? Apache. So when you install Apache, what files, what folders will be created? WW will be created. Where inside the where WW and HTML folder is created, right? This folder is created, right? So now what I will do, I will run the mount command again. I'll run the mount command again, but in place of EFS, I will give the path where WW HTML. This path I will give. Then if I give this path, then our elastic file system attach it to HTML folder. So whatever HTML folder contains, the other server also can see it. Yes or no? Same like our EFS. So whatever HTML contains, our other server can also see, or any server, 1000th server, 90th server, any server can see whatever HTML file folders containing. So I want to install Apache now, and then I want to mount our file system to HTML folder. So what we are using Amazon, right? Amazon Linux. Previously we installed Apache on Ubuntu, but on Amazon we have to use another command like yum, not apt. Yum install and not Apache 2. Instead of Apache 2, we have to use HTTPD. It's same Apache only, but the command name will be different. And -y without any confirmation. This is the command I have to use. Once HTTP is installed, we have to run one more command called start HTTPD service. I'm sorry. Start service. Service name is HTTPD start. Once it is start, then we have to run another command check config HTTPD on. This will on, but it started and it will this another command will make it running. So we have three commands need to be run to install the httpd or apache. So before that, let's check whether var folder having www folder, html folder or not. Let's get inside here, press enter so that it won't expire. Now just come out of EFS dot ls. Okay, let's go to see var folder ls. You see we don't have www folder here, right? We don't have www folder. Okay, so because we have not installed apache. Now what I will do, clear the screen. I want to install apache. What I will do, yum install httpd -y, then start the service httpd start, then check config httpd on. Now let's go to var folder again, ls. Now you see we have www folder. Previously it was not there, right? Now get inside www folder, ls. We have html also. We have html folder also. One more folder in ecj bin also there, right? Come out of it now. Let's run the same command on our other machine. Clear the screen. Cd space dot install our Apache server. On Ubuntu we use Apache 2. Here we are using HTTPD. Both are same, but these are different families. Their commands are different. Now this is also ready now. Both are ready now. Now next what I will do, let's go to our file system. Okay, this I copied. I will copy this command. Go to our notepad plus plus and paste here. And here you copy this path. And in place of EFS, let's give this path. This is the path I am giving now. Now this again you run it. Now it will mount it to our HTML folder. New mount. Okay. So go to server one. Go to server one. And before I install this, okay. One thing do you know this web server? How can we access? We require HTTP. We require HTML. Sorry, HTTP protocol has to be enabled in the security group, right? Go to our security group now. Go to our security instance. Go to click on instances, right? And we have a security group, right? Select one of them and go to click on security. Come down, click on the security group name, and here click on edit inbound rules, and here add one more rule, that is HTTP. Okay, so because I'm going to access it from the web browser, anybody can access it through the internet. Save. Now both now what I will do, what I will do now, I will go to EC2 instances, server 1. Now because both on both servers I have installed whatever Apache. If I run here, it works. On Ubuntu we get a different page, but here it is different page. So on both Apache is installed, so no wonder it will run. It will run. If you select the other one also, it will run. So both servers are working fine because both having Apache server. No wonder in that. So what I will do, let's run the command. What command we have? This one. On each server, here I'm running. Enter. What is saying? Oh, I have not copied properly. So here I have done, and here also I have done. Okay, both are running. Now both are attached to it now. So now observe here. So I am in server 1 now. Let's get into the HTML folder where and www and HTML. ls. Okay, pseudo mount. Okay. Let me delete EFS. I will remove all the files here. Yes, 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 yes. Try this time. Mm, now I will try in 1 minute. I will take 1 minute. If it doesn't work, will tomorrow you will see this. Already it is 10 a.m. I am unmounting it. This is a command called unmounting. Let's try. We have to I'm unmounting it. It's already mounted, right? DF to mount is a command to unmount. So unmounting it again here also on server 2. Okay, done. Let's try this command again this time. Okay, let's get into where folder. It's not showing. Okay, we will end this session today. I will check this one why it is not working, and I will try to show you tomorrow again if it should work actually. Okay, we have only 2 minutes. Okay, let me check one more time. Okay, so you see now what I'm doing. I'm clicked on. I changed text on index file inside HTML. The files are not shown here, but by default it will have index file. That is not shown here for some reason, but no worry. So what I did in the HTML folder, I have said I opened the index file. In that I have entered a content called index.html. You see, it is testing. It is showing testing. Okay, one moment please. It is fine. It's no issues. Let's be with me. Go to insert mode. We learned this in our previous session on Linux. Okay, so some tag I will give. Okay, something I change the text here. Where I'm doing, you try to understand. Okay, where I'm doing, you try to understand. So I'm doing on server 1. I'm doing on server 1 this change. Go to our web browser. You see, if I refresh here, testing, it works, message is coming. But I have did on what server? I have did on the first server, server 1. But I have not done anything on server 2. On server 2, what I did, I unmounted and ran this command, right? I'm running it again one more time. It's mounted now. Now in server 2, I have not done anything. I have not installed any index file or some nothing I have done. But if you go to refresh, if you go to the server 2, this page, if you refresh here, it should also get the same text. See, testing it works. That means I did change on one web server, it reflecting on other machine as well. So it is very helpful when you are deploying applications on multiple servers. You no need to deploy your code on each machine. Use a file system, use one file system, you deploy your application here in this file system. That's all. All the 1,000 machines will, whenever they connect to this elastic file system, they can show you the content whatever elastic file system is having. So actually the content what I have changed just now, the index file is existing on our file system. The file is mounted to each of the server now. Whoever connects, it's mounted to it. No need to individually go to each machine and install the application. You install the application on the file system. Then just you mount them. That's all on the other machine. Are you able to understand? So give me one more minute. If I delete these servers, for example, I'm deleting these servers now. I'm deleting them. You see, I'm deleting them, terminating them. And your assignment is you deploy a web application, download a web application which we did previously, right? You deploy application into HTML folder. Hope you understood. If you don't understood, let me know. Now again I'm creating a new server now, brand new server. You observe here, I'm creating a brand new server. Okay, but I'm selecting existing file system, security group, that is EC2SG. I'm selecting this one. You have to select only this one because only this security group is allowed to connect our Elastic file system. You select any server, new server, all are allowed as long as if you select the same security group which you added inside the Elastic file system security group. Launch instance. So your assignment is, today we deployed only simple normal text here, only normal text inside the index file. But here you deploy, you have to copy, zip and unzip and deploy. Those things you have to do. Let me know if you're failing tomorrow. I will help you. But try. So this is running now. Copy this. Now what I am trying to do, you will see. Now the new server, the new machine I am just created. I will launch it and I will connect that to our Elastic file system. So then whatever in the Elastic file system, everything, all the files will be shown here. See here, I'm running it. Yes, I did some mistake here. Okay, now sudo -i clear the screen. Okay, and now I'm not changing the name. Simply I will start immediately installing the HTTPD. That is must. Install HTTPD because the path is important. HTTPD path www HTML path is required, right? That is the reason I'm installing this software. If you install that only, then only it can match, it can mount to that HTML folder. HTTPD start and check config HTTPD on. That's all I did. Nothing more than this. Nothing I did. Now let me go to our instance now. Our instance, select the public IP. This is a new one, right? Select this new one. Copy this public IP. Okay. Close these two tabs and click on here and copy the public IP. Enter. It's showing it works, right? But it should not show that one. Why it's showing it works? Tell me. Why it is not showing the text which I have typed? Why it is not showing the text? I said testing, it works. I said this is the text I typed, but it's not coming there. I'm showing the default content. Why? Because we have not mounted. Go here, go to our notepad plus plus. Here is a command to mount it, right? This you have to copy now. This you have to run on it. This now you have to run it, paste it. Now the mounting is taken place. Why it's taking too much time? Let's wait for a few minutes. Already few people left. Okay, one moment. Let's see why it's taking time. Sudo mount. Okay. So the instance, what is security group we having this? EC2SG, right? EC2 SG. Oh, I'm sorry, I've taken the wrong group, right? I've taken the wrong group. I've taken the wrong group. It is not EC2 SG. We should, it is different group. If you remember, we have taken a new group, that is EC2 group for EFS. This is the group I have to select, but I have selected this one. Then what to do? Very simple. Go to our elastic file system group. This is the one. These errors you should solve this way. Inbound rules, go to edit inbound rules. Now add one more rule. Type NFS again. Another path you give. Okay, this time you give EFSSG. This is the one we selected, right? What we have selected for that one. uh, One moment please. Today class taking time. Share this. What is security group it having? It having EC2SG, right? Go to our security group. Here you take EC2SG. This one is selected. Okay, this one is selected. Save now. But question is, what EC2 security group having? This one. What is EC2 security group having? Security groups EC2 security. Click on this. Does it have HTTP? Yes, it having HTTP. Fine, fine. Now it should come. Now it should come and press enter. Is what happened? This command is working now. Now it is working fine. When I connected, now it is allowed it. Now I added new rule, right? Now when I added a new rule, it immediately connected. See, in the modification, in the security groups, where is our EFS group? This is EFS, right? When I went here, when you go here, you click on the 8 inbound rules, you see another NFS is there. This one having a security group, this is having another security group. So this way you can add multiple connections. You can give like this, any number of, this is another group, this is another group. This way you can give any number of rules you can add like this. Now when you refresh it here, the texture should change. See, testing, it works. You go, I go through this video recording, and what as I given the assignment, deploy a application, and if it does not work, first you try this one. If it does not work, let me know. Tomorrow we will discuss on this for 10-15 minutes. Again I will repeat it if required. Okay, thanks a lot for staying this long. Have a good day. Tulsi, you rejoin, amma. I am disconnecting. Rejoin, Tulsi.